Hi guys, so today I just wanted to briefly discuss releasing trapped emotions. My reason for wanting to talk about this today is because this has been an ongoing thing throughout this year, and it's actually been happening um, quite frequently. Not like an everyday thing, not even an every week thing, but I feel like this year alone is where I have released um, a lot of trapped emotions from the past. And when I say the past, I mean certain things from childhood or certain things from my young adulthood and things like that that I didn't even know were still inside of me. So, if you're anything like me, I used to be the type of person where, like, as a child, I was never taught that it's okay to express my emotions. I was not taught how to express them appropriately. And I would go through life. I went a long period of time for at least the first 30 years of my life or 20 plus years of my life bottling my emotions inside of me. Like, there may have been things here and there that I would express in the form of crying, but most of the time, even when I felt sad or if I was really upset, I would just bottle it up inside, which caused a lot of issues within my body. Um, I'll say that the bulk of my baggage of emotions was released during my first plant medicine ceremony doing ayahuasca. However, there was more that needed to be released, but I feel like things always get released at the right timing because everything cannot come out all at once, because I don't think it's safe, and I don't think it's healthy to just have too much coming out at once. But I feel like the right things are always going to be released at the right time. And I feel like whenever you commit to the journey of healing and of elevating, at some point, those old emotions have to be released, because if you don't, then they will be weighing you down and you will not be able to continue to heal and elevate if you're still holding on to these things. And I also feel like as you raise your frequency, it opens you up to be able to release those things. And I say that because from what I experienced, I noticed that it was a lot easier for me to release trapped emotions, and I wasn't even trying to. Like, when these feelings and emotions, they randomly just surface, I allow them to come out. But I noticed that they easily surfaced a few times when I would do my deep breathing, and during those times I'm in an elevated space, so those things easily surfaced and I allowed them to be released. And also, I know one time it happened during when I was working out. Another time I was able to release some trapped emotions when I was working with my yoni eggs, which are crystals for the womb space. As women, whenever we experience traumatic experiences, we tend to hold a lot of emotions and trauma in our womb space. So those have been helpful. But there's a lot of I'll say there's a lot of things that help to release trapped emotions, even when you're not trying to actually release trapped emotions, because that was never my intention. Because a lot of things I didn't think were even still inside of me, but I learned that they were. And I'll say after doing ayahuasca, that was really helpful for me, because as these emotions would randomly start to surface, I was able to easily acknowledge my feelings in that moment. I was able to easily release it by crying, and afterwards, I was also easily able to see the role that I played in certain scenarios. Not giving anybody an excuse, but I was able to see my own flaws in those situations and why they occurred. And I was able to easily release those emotions, and I was able to send those people love, because that's actually one of the tools that I learned from ayahuasca. Feeling the emotions, acknowledging them, and releasing it and sending those individuals love. People who have hurt you, people who have done you wrong, whatever the case may be. That's just one of the tools that I learned, and it's been very helpful. And I'm grateful because it's still helping me. It's been 2 years now. It's still helping me 2 years later. And this whole journey is just very intriguing, because it's just things that randomly come up. And some of the things is things that I thought I already released because I've made peace with these situations. But it's not even about making peace with the situation, although that's important. It's the simple fact that because I didn't allow myself to experience these emotions years ago when these things happened, now the emotions are coming up as I'm continuing to do like the work on myself. But I'll say after releasing those trapped emotions, I feel lighter. I feel good. I feel it just feels lighter, because at the end of the day, those things, even though on a conscious level you don't know that they are affecting you, they are weighing you down. And if you're on that path of elevating, you are not going to get too far in your elevation if you are hanging on to things that are subconsciously weighing you down. So I think that's all that I wanted to share about that. But I just felt the need to share because it's something that I've been experiencing lately this year. I feel like a lot of old emotions have come up, and they've came up very randomly when I least expected them to. And also, it's been just very enlightening, I'll say. Very enlightening and helpful in the long run. So, and I'll say sometimes, I know I'm probably rambling at this point, but this is just something that popped in my mind. Sometimes, like, the emotions, when they surface, at first you may not even know what they are, or why you're even feeling like this, because you don't technically have a reason to feel like that. But if it comes to a point where you don't know what the emotions are, I would suggest to just meditate on it, because the few times when I didn't know what the emotions are or why I was feeling a certain way, when I meditated on it, it made it easier for the emotions to actually come out, and it made it easier for me to understand exactly what I was feeling in those moments. So that's all I really have to say. Thank you for watching, and have a beautiful day.